Hi. So, what's on my mind today is um, how challenging it can be when we are going through circumstances in our lives that can bring up a lot of grief or sadness, lostness, um, fear, anger. Um, really a whole range of feelings. Sometimes we go into numbness because we don't know what to do with what's going on. Collapse. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about um, the doorways that we can access when life is really challenging. You know, one of the things is it's impossible to go through this life without challenges. It's just impossible. Whether we're conscious of them or we suppress them is a different thing. You know, what I have found out is that no one that I know at any level of intimacy is living this life challenges free. They are living this life in full freedom and glory of who we actually are. It's a difficult thing to do because inherent in being in a body on this planet, being on this planet, there is pain. And we cannot bypass it. We can suppress it, we can repress it, we can throw it out of our consciousness, we can dissociate from it. But really, it's here. It's here a lot. So I wanted to first name that because I think there's a sometimes when we are suffering, we can feel like alone in it, or very alone, very lonely in it. And the first thing that I wanted to get off the plate was we're all in it. We're really all in it. And so please, if that's a story that you're telling yourself, please rest, because this video isn't just for you. It's really for the truth, which is life is difficult. Treacherous even, really. All right. So when life gets really difficult, there's a couple of things that we can do. One is say I'm going through a very challenging time. And really, I have been going through a challenging time recently. And let me share this. Let this become the lesson. So one of the things is I spend a lot of time in my pain, in my sadness, in the fear, in a way, really with the intention of I'm going into this pain, and that there's a doorway. It's a doorway to really getting clear. It's a doorway to really having more authentic momentum. I'm not trying to dissociate and repress all of these feelings. I want to move through them. I want to move through whatever is happening. And that is, often it's a doorway. It's a doorway. Or we can or our egos can be like, well, I'm just gonna avoid these kinds of circumstances because they provide pain, because pain comes through them. And it's a protective mechanism. It's a protective mechanism, right? It's can be a way to really bypass our feelings, and can be a coping method, really, because otherwise life is really overwhelming and we don't know what to do, and we feel like we don't have the resources really to navigate what we have to navigate to get through this paralysis or collapse or pain, hurt, disappointment, grief, anger. So it can be a coping mechanism. At the same time, it can be really, really challenging to sit, to try to open the doorways through our pain, through our grief, through our anger. And so I wanted to talk about that today, because inherent in that is identification with the ego sometimes. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to unravel through the ego to get to another side, which works, which can work, really. It really can work. There's nothing there. It works. At the same time, if you've done spiritual work, or you are looking at spiritual work, one of the things that we do or have potentially are resources. And this is really the inspiration for this video, because as I've been going through this challenging time lately, I've been going in and out of identification with my ego, in and out of trying to unravel my feelings so that I can go through the doorway, so I can find myself in a different place, in a better place internally. But one of the things that I realized is it's so easy to get stuck in that, to have forgotten that I actually have a lot more resources, and that I don't have to do it in this painstaking way. I don't have to go to my feelings of hurt and try to unravel them as though, I don't know, manually, in a way, What happens? This is the thing. What happens if, yes, I do some unraveling, yes, I go through those doorways, but first I ground in myself that's not my ego. What if I call on all the resources that I've cultivated so far on my spiritual journey, or that I've actually have internally, or even if I don't have access to them, what if I am also grounding in my body, taking in deep breaths, allowing the feelings of pleasure or softness or calm or love to flow through my body, to be present in that, even though life is challenging, Yes, life is challenging, but can I come back to this even in this moment? Can I give myself a break from my ego, which is really my ego, really some of these feelings that I may be feeling right now, they may be current, but honestly, a lot of them are from the past. My ego is a collection of experiences from the past. They're not present. And this feeling that I'm having right now, for example, just give an example. Say I'm feeling really lonely. Yes, I may be really lonely right now. Yes, true. But at the same time, when this loneliness is connected to the intense loneliness, when they couldn't mirror me, when they couldn't mirror my soul, I felt lonely. Deep, deep, deep loneliness. My ego protects them, and now my feelings of loneliness are like 10 or 100 or 1,000 or more fold, because they're connected with really old feelings. Now I've done enough work. I don't know, but we are all on different places in our spiritual growth, but I've done enough work to recognize that right now there's no resolution for that for me. My ego, I'm that piece of loneliness and the loss of myself, maybe connection with my own soul, or something else that I haven't quite resolved yet, that isn't resolved. And if I continue to stay in this place of loneliness, I'm going to get really worn down. I'm going to get really run down. I could suppress it, repress it, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, how can I ground in my deep breaths, in my body? How can I find the places in me that are not caught up in the current circumstances in my life that are bringing up all of these feelings? How can I access something so I still have a sense of well-being? It's possible. And again, it's not suppressing, it's not repressing, it's not bypassing. I'm doing it consciously. Maybe it is some bypassing. I'm doing it consciously, but I'm doing it in service of taking care of myself, lifting myself up, allowing the positive invocations. Invocations could be Instead of going to the loneliness of my childhood, for example, where the people around me couldn't mirror me, I may be connecting with a higher being. Praying, asking for guidance, for support, for mirror, to be seen. I don't know about mirroring, but like to be seen, to be met. And as I do, what is the state in my body? Have I shifted? Instead of going to the ruins to fix them, can I come to the fruition that's possible here and now? And the part of my ego that's still unresolved, that still hasn't transformed from the loneliness to whatever it's going to transform into. It could transform into I could, good question that I'm having. What might it transform into? And I don't know, a sense of individuation but connectedness with others. So what I'm trying to say, I hope this video is making sense, right? So one is the laborious way of doing a lot of work to make a little bit of movement when we're going through challenging circumstances, or suppressing, repressing what we're feeling because we don't know anything else. And the other is, I'm going to access my resources. I'm going to access, or I'm going to intend to access, I'm going to build my resources so I can manage this damn treacherous life that is difficult, that there is no easy way. Some people have the grace to have it really easy, maybe. And there's very few of those. Most of us, we don't have it that way. And so I just want to invite you that if you're struggling, slowly go through the doorways, slowly go through those doorways, but really come to your resources. Come. And if you don't have them or don't feel like you have them, then build them. And what do I mean by resources? Just to clarify, the resources are I'll say this. A lot of the people that I work with, they have really beautiful hearts. Like there's a lot of love there. Right? There's a lot of love. So they already have it developed, but they don't feel it towards themselves. So maybe part of the resources, part of the resources is, as you're going to bed at night, you are taking deep breaths, sensing your body, and your mantra is, I love you, 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 as you're going to sleep. So what you're doing is you are building up your resources. You notice how you feel. Notice how you feel as you make that a practice. Does it make you feel like there's something in you responding, a sense of well-being coming? It could be really anything, but something that nourishes you, fills you, gives you the capacity to be in a sense of well-being. And really, we have to train ourselves to go there. All right. Let me know what you end up doing and if it helps.